Welcome back to another episode of the Ready Set podcast. My name is Ricky.
My name's Angus.
I'm Derek, and welcome back again. Well, it's just us three, you know.
Yes.
No guests.
I guess also like, no guests. A little tear. Like,
we're just sad, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
I know you were talking about variable rates. I'm just
Mortgages.
kidding. Mortgages and what grinds our gears. I know you don't want to talk about that, but we're going to talk about what we wanted to be when we were young.
Yeah, I mean,
career-wise.
and also, you know, is there any dreams that you had when you were younger?
Gave up on.
You kind of gave up on, you know.
What did you want to be? That's the biggest thing. What did you want to be
Or do. Yeah.
when you were a kid? Like your dream.
That you've given up on.
Oh, well, I wouldn't say I did give up on it, but it was actually pretty early on at an age when I gave up on it. It was more, you know, like when you see those super cool cop movies and shows.
Like Jackie Chan?
Like Jackie Chan, you know, Rush Hour or like...
Infernal Affairs.
Infernal Affairs. That's a Chinese one for anybody that wants to know. Or even, you know, Police Story. What was the other one that was back then? The Police Academy. I think it was. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And so, yeah, you know, growing up, watching these, I'm like, wow, must be so cool. You know, getting to be a cop, you know, got to mess with the triads, you know, beat some bad guys up.
Shoot some guns.
You know, it's crazy. And then, you know, when you grow up, you're like, oh, you know, you have to be this physically fit and you have to pass all these tests to do it. And I was like,
We only have one life.
There's no respawn?
There's no respawn? Like, we only die once?
Yeah.
You
It's
only
like,
live once.
Yeah, live once. We do die.
you don't get the, what's it called? Protagonist armor.
Plot armor.
Plot armor. Yeah, there we go. You don't get the plot armor in real life, you know?
When did you give up that dream of being a cop?
Well, it was sort of a mixture of like news and whatnot. It's like where they were like, oh, you know, so and so cop died because they were like raiding off a hideout or like a gangster's like meth lab or something like that.
Yeah.
And
How old were you? Like 8?
No, it was like
Last year.
probably beginning of high school-ish, I think. Yeah.
I read this statistic just a few days ago, but being a pizza delivery person is more dangerous. than being, a
Seriously?
police officer, yeah. Like they get robbed or like shot or like whatever.
Because they carry cash on them. Like, you know, it's a guaranteed cash.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
So being police, like, yeah, it's easy peasy.
Because police, at least you have protection. You have a gun. You have like taser. Usually you're with your partner. But pizza,
Some form of training.
Yeah, some form of training. But if you're a pizza person, you're just there to deliver pizza, right?
Right.
It's probably better now though, because most pizza places unless it's just tips, but most pizza places you prepay beforehand for like when you order for delivery on the apps.
Oh, right. Or
Right?
you got like Uber and stuff.
Yeah,
like
or
that.
Uber Eats or something. It's always form of prepay right now.
Yeah.
Unless it is like just the cash tips that you're like trying to give. So it might be slightly better, but yeah, my parents also played a part in kind of me giving up because they're like, see, this is the example. First through the door, first to die.
Whoa, what parents even told you that?
Yeah, because it's sort of like it is sort of true in a way because they're like, you're like, if you're the front runner and you're bursting through a door of like, say, like a gangster's hideout and they don't plan on giving up, you're the first one to get shot at,
That's
right?
when you...
Happens every day.
That's when you pretend to have a panic attack. And be like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it.
No, that's when you say, oh, sorry, I'm just going to take a mental health day.
I'm really stressed today and I need to have some me time.
Yeah, it's like, Smitty, you go through the door first.
And then you'll be like, I actually want... My mental health is not doing so well. I'm going to call this day off. It's like, you're right here. Well, technically, right now I'm not feeling so good. So I'm gonna go home, think about it, and I'll come back tomorrow.
Let me know how the raid goes, guys.
I'll give you moral support.
Here, I'll give you my gun too. Here, you have twice as much firepower.
Dual wield.
Bang.
And then you drive the car away. He's like, that was my car. You get fired the next day for sure.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of things became unrealistic as you were growing up.
And that's why you went to accounting.
No, but yeah, but like being like just in general, because like when you're a kid, you don't have to worry about all these things. You think, oh, I want to be this, I want to be this. Then it's like you don't like it. Never occurs to you when you're younger, like the steps you have to take to do it.
Right.
And then like when you find out the steps, you're like, wow, this is a lot of steps. Yeah. And like one of the biggest prime examples now is when we were all kids, because we're all around the same age, houses, we could actually dream of owning a house. They're like, dude, it's like, it was what, 200 grand for a house? 300 grand?
No, it was like four.
It was like 400, no?
400?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the area, I guess, that you wanted to buy in. But it's like, at that point, you could have considered that as affordable, right?
Yeah.
And then now
it's like, impossible.
It's impossible. Like, unless you're making six figures and your partner's making six figures.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and you've saved up enough.
No, but like six figures is still not enough. Like, what is six figures? Like 300,000?
Well, I mean, that's what the latest news said, right? They were like
300,000
combined income.
Yeah, you have to have a combined income of 300,000
like
to
12
save
years or something, right?
30 years.
30 years?
Yeah. Bro. To be able to like basically pay off a house.
With inflation, you can never catch up.
No? Yeah, unless your job keeps up with inflation with raises, right?
No job is gonna keep up with inflation. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's so bad to the point where at a certain point where they have to, how Calgary was, they're advertising, come over here. We've got lots of housing for cheap, for like, you can buy a house for like 500, 600K, blah, blah, blah. But like in central Calgary, like even now, I recently read like a newspaper. They're like, dude, rents are like sky high. In like downtown Calgary area. Oh. It's like because Calgary is like it's like Toronto, where you have to, if you want in the suburban neighborhoods, you actually have to drive over there because transit sucks ass in Calgary.
Oh, everything is highway over there.
Yeah,
when I went over there, the whole feel of the city was like LA.
Yes,
it's just like
it's spread out.
It's very spread out, and it's just constant highways. Like in order to get the place, you just have to go on a highway. But it is built very well because there's no traffic jam, which is perfect. Like over here. My God.
Our road infrastructure definitely needs some improvement.
Yeah, like there's traffic jam everywhere. Yep. So it is good in Calgary for that reason.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that cheap.
When I was there, it was they were still building highways. Like when my friend was driving, you could still see them building more highways too. And that was like a great thing because I'm like, oh, cool. But he lived in an outer suburban neighborhood, and it wasn't that bad. It was actually like the plot land, because Vancouver plot land sizes are like fairly small, right? Mm-hmm. Your standard plot land size, for the same price, you could get like a huge house. Yeah. So it's, but they're like saying now, because so many families are starting to move over there for affordability reasons, they're like, central Calgary itself, like the downtown core area where you could easily access a lot of things, the rent prices are like
too high now.
They're too high. They're reaching like almost Vancouver level rent.
But that makes
prices.
sense. And then it's going to be another little situation where people will have to move out, like an Abbotsford version of Calgary. Right?
Everyone's already moving to Abbotsford. A lot of my coworkers before, well, they left the studio, but like Abbotsford. Well, Kelowna is really expensive, but
Langley.
Langley is really expensive.
It's not so bad right now. It's not so bad. It depends on which areas of Langley. Because there's Langley, the core Langley, and then there's like the outer regions of Langley.
Yo, it's so hard to get away from real estate. I told you, we just gotta keep talking about real estate.
It's terrible, but
But Ricky, what do you want to be when you grow up? We're bringing it all the way back.
It's out there.
We went off rail there.
Let's see. You know what? It's gonna be morbid. I did not expect to live this long.
Really interesting.
Wait,
I don't know. Just like I don't know. There's always like the as a kid you see those statistics like guys die earlier than women and whatever. I was like, oh yeah, I'm probably gonna be one of those too. That was like my whole mentality.
Oh shoot.
It's like the TikTok meme. It's like girls on their spare time, and then they're like tea partying, and it's like boys on their spare time. It's like the jackass kind of videos.
Right.
It's like, yo, let me
BMX
do this
on
on
mountain
there.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But let's see. You know what? I was also thinking there was like a little brief moment where I wanted to go into the medical field.
Oh.
So like I was watching so much of like healing hands and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was looking into it, the prerequisites and whatever. I was like, oh, I'm way too dumb for that. So I was like, oh,
Like a doctor, you just
yeah, something like that. So I was like, oh, dream crushed.
Oh, I see.
Did you ever consider going, like, because like doctors and nurses are the primary positions that people think of when they think of healthcare, but did you ever consider like
Paramedic
alternative
and stuff? Yeah.
paramedic?
I don't know. Just the whole field itself, I felt like, oh, I'm not smart enough to get into. So I was like, I wouldn't even trust myself as like a caregiver. That's why I was like, I can't expect anybody else to.
Ricky's in an ambulance. You're like, should I
What do
shock
I do?
him? I don't know.
It's like, I got it ready, and you're about to do it. I think I'm gonna kill him. He's already dead. You gotta bring him back alive. I don't know if I could do it.
Oh, I missed.
He's like, do it to yourself. Let me test it out first. Oh man.
Oh, yeah. It's hard sometimes. But like, did you ever consider, like, so what made you think about going into the current field that you are in now?
I have two older brothers, and they're both they both work in the hospital.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, maybe I'll join
their
them
thing.
and do what they do kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it's like built different.
Oh, they're kind of used to seeing blood, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's stressful too, isn't it? Like the hours is like crazy.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Something like that. What were you?
It's good to be different.
I want to be a stuntman.
Oh,
Honest-
wait. That wasn't what you were saying before.
Oh no. That was later when I was like,
I guess it is a form of a stuntman.
yeah, it is a form of stuntman.
Okay.
But my first, it's kind of like you. See, like I grew up watching Chinese movies, like a lot of Asian movies, so especially like kung fu ones, right?
Yeah.
Like Jackie Chan,
Drunken Fist.
Drunken Fist, like New Police Story, or like the old Police Story,
Yeah.
or whatever it is. I saw a lot of Wong Fei Hong.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in China.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with it. So that actually got me really into martial arts at a very young age. And I really wanted to be a stuntman. Like I started doing parkour, started doing tricking, and I did a bunch of different kind of martial arts. And I actually wanted to go overseas to China, go train for a couple months.
Yeah.
And I was like actually very determined to do it.
Yeah.
So, because I don't really speak Chinese well, I can't read Chinese.
Yeah.
So finding that information is very hard. My parents' friends helped my parents find information to go to a Shaolin temple.
Yeah.
I really wanted to go there to learn. But the thing is that I have to be away for like 6 months. And it was during high school, right? And I can't be gone for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like the first month, like summer was only like what, 2 months?
2 months. Yeah. July and August.
Yeah, and I couldn't do it. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll do it after high school.
Oh.
Yeah, and I would constantly watch all these Shaolin videos, like, them practicing their forms. And I do martial arts that time too, like wushu. So I kind of...
Oh, this was after your injury as well.
Those... Which injury? Like displaced my spine? thing?
Or what was it? Your leg or foot or ankle or something?
Oh, but I busted everything. I haven't broken anything, thank God.
But he has busted it himself up.
Yeah,
pretty
like
well.
a lot. Like I've tear my groin muscle. Like it's not the same anymore. Like no, like okay,
No, it's not.
can't perform the same way. But I can't cross my legs the same way. Like how when you put your feet together and you push your knees to the ground.
Yeah.
My left side, it's still. I think it's just because back then I didn't know about physical therapy. Didn't go physio, didn't go doctors. Whenever I hurt myself, I just like, I'll let it heal. But I was also very stubborn because I thought if I stop training, I slow down and I I'm basically falling behind when it comes to progress. So I kept pushing myself. So I was like, okay, 1 week off. Okay, I think I'm good now. Yeah. And then I'd practice again and I'd tear it again. But then when I tear it, I'm like, oh man, again. And I would still train, but I'll take it a little bit easier. But I had I have a very extreme mindset. So I either go 0 or I go 100. And I always go 100, and that's how I injure myself. And then that's how I displaced my spine. And after that, my parents are like, no, you're not being stuntman. Because my parents was kind of on board with it until I kept hurting myself at a very young age. And I was out for 3 months, I think.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I basically couldn't. I had to walk with a cane for like 2 months or a month and a half. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was, no, I think it was after high school.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's when Angus
No,
turned into
I think it was
old
towards
man.
the end of high school. Yeah. It was, but luckily it was during like summer. So I didn't have to go to school.
Yeah.
But it was really bad.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
freaking bad. But I still really enjoy it. Like, it's still a passion of mine. Like, if I still kind of think about it, I'm like, oh, I still kind of want to be a stuntman.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a passion that has never died. But once you grow older,
It's a lot
reality
harder.
changes. My body's getting a bit older with body aches, so it's not the same thing. And like,
it's challenging when you hurt yourself pooping.
I pulled my back. Check out our last podcast. But yeah, I think it's just reality kind of hits, and then a lot of more important priorities take over. So like, you got to make sure you make enough, because I think as a stuntman, you don't really make that much.
Right.
Yeah, unless you're a stunt coordinator or one of like the head people. But even then, they don't make too much.
Yeah, it's something you have to work your way through the industry too.
Yeah, but it's still a passion. Like, I would still love to do it. Honestly, if I was to quit my job right now, I probably would still do it. But then money is a huge factor, right? Because like you said, we kind of bring it back to the real estate.
The mortgages, man.
Mortgage, the rate, bro.
And if you're renting, the rents are crazy sky
it's
high.
freaking expensive. It's just like, it's not realistic anymore. Even if we get like 2 jobs, right? It's still not enough. Back then, my grandpa had 2 jobs, but my grandma and my grandpa, like, they both worked 2 jobs and they were able to afford a home. But now, if we were to do it, we can't still. Right?
No.
Even with 3 jobs, I don't think you can. But then you're basically going to kill yourself, because like,
No sleep.
You're no
Live
sleep.
to work.
No work. No
Yeah.
sleep. No nothing.
Then what's the point of working so hard?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's a dream I haven't really given up, but I would still like to do. Yeah.
I mean, at that point, you'd have to just figure out a plan to like go and do it. I mean, if you want, maybe Angus can make a few TikToks on, certain stunts.
Sell myself on OnlyFans because I'm an entrepreneur.
So stuntman.
Stuntman. Okay, so it's just like, when we're kids, hormones are raging, like
So raging.
so raging,
Still raging.
That's why you wanted that hot teacher in high school, right?
I did. That's like kids. But there was a period in my my life where I wanted to be a Japanese porn star,
Oh, yeah.
because I was like, hey, why can't I just get paid for feeling good? Yeah, I'm like, that sounds like a great offer. So I did some research, went on Reddit, find some information, and apparently you need to know how to speak Japanese, number 1. And I think that's the
Which you
biggest
can
thing.
learn. That's not too
No,
Yeah.
but it's hard though, right? It's no pun intended.
Just pick up a language.
Yeah, but like there's a whole process, and I think it's hard. Apparently, there's not enough male porn stars in Japan.
Right.
They're really looking for a lot, because it's just lacking. But I think the pay is kind of decent too, but the schedule is kind of weird, and you have to go constantly.
Because you do like 10 shoots in a day.
Yeah, so
And also shoots.
Damn, you must be really sore down there after a whole day.
So like back then I was like, oh, maybe I could like go over to Japan and work, and then my side gig could be do that. I'm like, that would be great. But then it never happened, because
Wait, so when did you have this dream?
I think it was like
Like last month?
No. Yesterday. No, I think it was like after high school.
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah, when I went to start going to the, art field.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, maybe I can do like freelance work and I can work in Japan. Cause if you work in art or even a programmer, you can kind of
Yeah.
work anywhere, right? Yeah. And I was like, oh, maybe I could do that and also do
Side hustle.
side hustles, man. That's all about the side hustles. And I'm like, who doesn't like JAVs? You know what I'm saying?
You see Angus Google search history. How well hung do you have to be a Japanese male?
Oh, I don't think you have to be that hung.
Actually, yeah, I don't think you have to. There's this thing with like Japanese porn where they try to cast people with like average or slightly below average, right?
And then they actually so
because they want like the viewer to
Realistic.
feel relatable.
yeah,
or whatever.
relatable. So that's the biggest thing is that they even in Western pornography. Are we gonna get censored for saying that word?
No,
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, I hope not. Or demonetized. Is that the
We're not even
We're not making
monetized.
money.
We're not monetized in the first
We're
place.
losing money. I could be at my side hustle right now.
But apparently, even on the Western, on their films, they tend to cast not so good-looking guys.
Oh no way!
Yeah. They kind of do like the younger age, like they look like kids or like younger. Like the teenager, like legal age 18 or whatever, just so kids can relate. They feel relatable. Like, oh, it could happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I always thought it was just like, fresh meat.
No, it's the same thing with Japan. I think they have the same psychological kind of
It didn't use
marketing.
I don't think it used to be always like that, right? Was it?
No, it wasn't like that
because
but
there was like a huge like storm about it before I remember.
Yeah.
It like made the news where they're like, because it's like it's portraying very unrealistic. And then they're like, it's like, all the kids are getting poorly influenced because of all this stuff.
yeah, but the girls are still like stunning hot, right? But like the guys are kind of, it's okay, like good looking in their own way.
You're like, I don't want to trash on them.
Yeah, but in Japan, I think it's like that because they want guys to feel more relatable, and especially with the birth rate is super low,
Right.
So they're really enforcing that as well, right?
That's why they got the love hotels over there, man.
But dude, love hotels are cheap, apparently. Like,
Apparently.
no, apparently it's cheap because sometimes it's better to stay at a love hotel than stay at actual like hotel.
Yeah.
At least the love hotel comes with like spinning beds with the mirror at the top. Like they got different themes. It's crazy.
You switch on a light, it's like, oh, it's the mood lighting.
Yeah, no, and it's nice too. You don't need to have sex to go live in a love hotel. It's nice. Yeah, apparently it's good experience.
But apparently, I was watching some YouTube videos on it. They do kick you out if you're just one person, though.
oh, really?
Yeah, because
Even if you're paying full price?
yeah, at least some of them do. I'm not sure. I can't say for all of them. It's like because I was watching like some YouTubers like abroad in Japan or I think Sea Dog did it too.
Yeah.
Where they try to stay over in the love hotels because it is, like you said, it's a cheaper option.
Yeah.
Especially if like hostels aren't available, and I think apparently for some of them they were like, you can't stay. One was either one, you couldn't stay the night, so you could only pay for like a couple of hours, or two was like if you were just one person going in, they just like straight up refused.
Perfect. Bring a friend.
Just bring a friend. Just all there.
Save money.
Yeah.
Save money. Bring a friend. Make a friend.
Make a friend.
There's your motivation there. Right? There's your driver.
Yeah. And then they're like, yeah, when I was looking at, they're like, it's like an actual full hotel room. Like
It is. It's
like,
very nice.
washing, like all the amenities and the
Yeah.
like the complimentary soaps and stuff are all there too.
Yeah. It's basically a hotel, but just theme based. Like different themes. They have like water slides for some of them. They got spinning beds. They got like, I don't know, whatever you like.
Oh, like a dungeon.
Yeah, a dungeon one.
This is a BDSM.
yeah. I saw on IG a couple of days ago. There was a influencer. She went to a love hotel and it was all dungeon
I
based.
think I sent you that video.
Did you?
I think so.
Oh, I
Did I
don't
not?
know.
I don't know.
I didn't watch.
I don't know.
Maybe
I didn't get a link.
it was basically like they comes with
Outfit.
Yeah, you get to pick your outfit.
And then there's like chair that was like really uncomfortable.
Yeah, and it straps you on, and then
in.
the host, whoever like takes you in, he can help strap you on if you want.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's weird, and then strap you on the chair if you want. Put a ball gag on you.
So, all right, just push this button when you want to be released.
yeah. And then they have a bunch of different like it's basically for if you're into that kind of stuff.
The BDSM stuff.
Yeah. But dude, they have a lot of stuff over there. That's why I love Japan. But anyways, that was just a thought, but never is like, oh my god, my career goal, hell yeah. It was more of like what if?
Side hustle.
Everyone has a what if.
Yeah. Now it's just OnlyFans because that's the real money maker.
That's the real maker. You could just basically just do it at home. Don't have to go anywhere. It's just all the revenue goes to you.
Yeah, you're naked anyway at home.
Yeah, might as well, right? Yeah,
strolling about, strutting your stuff.
Yeah, so I think, when we grow older, things do change. Priorities.
Mortgages.
Goddamn interest rates.
Yeah, but you want to talk about the interest rate?
I'll save that for a different one.
Yeah. We don't want to get sued or anything. So, but I think that's pretty good. We can end it there. That was pretty heaty. Some heaty conversations.
Yeah, but if you like what we had to offer, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We are on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, all the podcast ones. They'll be in our link tree below. And let us know, did you ever dream about anything, or did you become what you dreamt about when you were a kid? Well, we'll see you in the next one then.
All right. See ya.
Okay. Bye.